De'Aaron, just how difficult was it to kind of get a rhythm in that game for you guys just for most of the night?
Man, I think we came out slow. Obviously, we got a lot of games and not too many days, but I think more so is just we let them get comfortable. Yeah, I think they scored like 13 in the first like 4 minutes of the game, so I definitely think it was attributed to the start. I mean, we still ended up scoring 104, whatever it was. So I mean, we were still in position to win a game. So.
De'Aaron, the non-call from Reddish he hit your elbow, right?
Oh, it was DeLon. Yeah, DeLon.
Oh, it was DeLon.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was DeLon. Yes, he definitely hit my elbow. I mean,
Just how big was that play in that moment?
oh, I mean, non-calls like that, I think definitely change the game. I think it's a bit different if you're like going to the rim and body contact or something like that. That's a bang bang play, and you might miss that. But I mean, I got to the same spot like 4 or 5 times in a row, and I don't know if they just think I decided to airball that time, where I just took the same shot, a few times. But, it's definitely a game changer because, I mean, we were down 2 at the time. So, if I go to the line, make both, whatever it may be, it's a tie game or we're down 1, whatever it is. But, instead it was a no call. The shot clock was off, so we had the foul. And obviously Kevin's a good free throw shooter, so he makes 2. Now we're down 4. And it's an entirely different game than, if we're tied or down 1 rather than being, down 2 than going down 4. And, you need a 3. And, I mean, we got a clean look. Buddy, probably one of the better looks he's ever going to get because he, we had good screens set for him. He came off and he just missed it. But it's definitely an entirely different game if that call was made.
De'Aaron, just how hard is it when you go up against a team that has a bunch of their best guys out? I mean, all due respect, I mean, those guys are obviously NBA players, but is there kind of a pressure that comes with that on your end when you're going up against a team like that?
Oh, I mean, guys are going to step up. You see it happen night in and night out, especially this year with all the players, being out with COVID. So, I mean, you try to go in the game thinking the same way because there could be somebody that you don't even know, and they might have 20, 25, 30. So you just got to be prepared. I mean, people have their best nights when the best players are out.
Hey, De'Aaron, Coach, speaking of that, Coach kind of mentioned how you guys actually seem to play a little better, more locked in when your opponents are fully healthy. Do you see that too? And
I mean, I think it's definitely happened at times. But like I said, you just got to go out there and play. There are times when guys are out, and like I said, somebody you probably have never even heard of who's been in the G League for however many years comes out and has a 25-point game, and it's big for him. So you just always got to be ready. These guys are pros for a reason, rather if it's the G League or overseas. They get this call up, they're ready to go regardless of who's on the court.
De'Aaron, what we're seeing over the last couple of games from you is you taking over in the fourth quarter again. Do you feel more like yourself? And I know you had a really good stretch the 5 games before you got put in health and safety, but do you feel like you're starting to build back to where you were last season?
I mean, I think I've had a decent groove, but I'm just trying to do whatever it takes. And like I said, my teammates, they put me in position, my coaches, and they want me to make those plays towards the end of the game. And like I said, I struggled early on, but at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't matter because we didn't win. You wish you could play well and it comes in wins. But like I said, I'm just trying to put my team in position to get us there, and whatever happens at the end happens. But I just want to get us in that position.
And you guys, you and Ty both got to over 20 tonight. Obviously, you had 30 for the second night in a row. Are you guys sort of figuring out where that give and take is of, maybe when it's your time, when it's his time, and how you balance that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're obviously continuing to learn each other, but I think a lot of times it happens in the flow of it. And, I mean, we're just out there playing. It's not, we're not thinking about it, in that way. A lot of times, whoever's closest to it kind of is what happens. And then going down the stretch, however the game went, whoever has the matchup, that's what we go to. So I wouldn't say we really are going about it thinking like that.
Just one question. I know in the past you have initiated talks between you and Halliburton about taking those shots, and he's only averaging about 4 attempts behind the arc, but tonight he took 7 and he made 5 of them. Were you instrumental in getting him to take more shots? And he should take more shots.
He should have taken more than that. It was one that he passed up, and we ended up turning it over. So, yeah, I mean, we as a team, as players and as coaches, we still encourage him to shoot the ball more. I mean, like I say, he's over 40% three-point shooter. A lot of times he has a good look, and sometimes he makes the extra pass, or he stampedes and takes to the basket trying to make a play. But a lot of times the shot that he gets is probably the best shot that we were going to get in that possession. So we definitely encourage him to continue to shoot the ball, for sure.
Hey, Darren, speaking of Tyrese, I mean, what is your assessment of him as a player in his second year and the growth that he's shown?
I mean, we talked about it last year when it was the first game of the season, and he made big shots while we're in Denver in his first game. So, I mean, he plays the game like he's a vet, and he's continued to see the game, and it's definitely slowed down for him this year. But I think for the most part, we just want him to be aggressive. I mean, I think that was one of the big differences for me as I started to get older, continuing to be aggressive and knowing when to and when not to attack. But for him, we want him to stay in that attack mode, and I think it benefits everybody. He's going to score. He's going to get guys easy shots. Like I said, so it helps the entire team when he's able to stay in attack mode.
Hello, Darren. Hope you're doing well. Despite the losses both last night and tonight against the Lakers and the Hawks, what are the things that you would like to keep as a team and maintain to the next games? And what was your message to your teammates after tonight's game?
I mean, just for one, the fight that we had. I mean, we were in both games, so I feel like we should have won both games. Obviously, Braun was big last night, and then obviously you don't want to put it on the refs, but I think that missed call is definitely a turning point in tonight's game. But just continue to. I mean, what we're doing offensively was fine. As far as the shots we were getting, obviously, this is a make or miss league, but I think we've definitely had a good flow to what we've been doing offensively, and then. For some parts of the game, we were able to get stops when we needed them. Coming down the half, I think we were down 9, and then we cut it to, 2 or 1. They push it back, we get it back. So just try to stay in that groove offensively that we've had, stay in that flow that we've had, and attack modes that we had.